Hello, everyone. We are observing Holy Week together, and today is what's known as Holy Tuesday. The events of Holy Tuesday is a little bit different from other events of the Holy Week. On Holy Tuesday, Jesus is going back to the city of Jerusalem, and he encounters a fig tree with lots of leaves. And many of you are familiar with the story. He goes up to the fig tree and he sees lots of leaves but no fruit. And he curses the fig tree to never bear fruit again, and it withers away. This might seem counter to who Jesus is, who we know him to be. He's lover of people who are marginalized. He welcomed those who were sick. He welcomed the sinners, and he welcomed children. Yet it seems like out of character for Jesus to curse away a tree just because it had no fruit. But I believe that this event teaches us an important lesson about how to live a life of fruitfulness. See, in verse 18, it says that early in the morning, he was on his way back to the city and he was hungry. He was desiring fulfillment to his hunger. And as he looks upon us, the church, the followers of Christ, there is a hunger in him that we need to fill. He's anticipating his people, his disciple, to fulfill the hunger in his life, in his spirit, if you will. So Jesus goes up to the fig tree and he sees nothing but leaves on it. Now, this point is important because at the time of this event, fig trees normally don't bear fruit. However, fig trees that have lots of leaves usually have fruit. I think Jesus is trying to teach us a lesson about fruitfulness. As followers of Christ, as Christians, we can have the appearance of leaves or fruitfulness. We can have leaves of worship and prayer. We can have leaves of church attendance and how to be a Christian, how to look like a Christian, how to talk like a Christian. But however, if we are not Christians who are bearing fruit, then we are not satisfying to Jesus. Immediately, Jesus says, may you never bear fruit again. And then the tree withered away. And after this event, Jesus teaches the disciple a lesson on faith. So seeing this, the disciples were amazed. They wondered how the fig tree was able to be withered away so quickly. And Jesus teaches them a lesson about faith. In verse 21, Jesus says, if you have faith and no doubt, then you can ask for anything and it will be done. He says, if you say to the mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, it will be done. As we are living through this Holy Week, it may seem very difficult for us to live fruitful lives. It's hard to even appear to be a Christian. It's hard to maybe even pray. Maybe it's hard to even worship or to be hopeful in front of others. But Christ is not looking for just those type of appearance in our lives, because those are merely leaves. He wants us to be fruitful. Now we're reading through 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and Paul talks about resurrection once again. Paul reminds us what true fruitfulness is. In verse 23 of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, he says, but each in his own turn, Christ the first fruit, then when he comes, those who belong to him. The ultimate fruitfulness, in other words, to be like Christ, is for us not only to have appearance of what a Christian ought to be, but have the ultimate fruitfulness of being resurrected to eternal life after death. Now, Paul says Jesus, Christ, is the first fruit, not only because he came on this earth and taught moral things, not because he came on this earth and was more wise than other people, not only because he lived kindly on this earth, not only because he died an innocent man on the cross, but because he is risen, because he has conquered death. Verse 26 says, the last enemy to be destroyed is death. So as we think about this two story together, a story that teaches us about the importance of fruitfulness, and the story that teaches us about faith should encourage us to be fruitful, not only in the little things that we do, but be fruitful in our faith that says, I believe in the resurrection. I believe that there is eternal life beyond this life. And when we do that, not only will the enemy be destroyed, but we will sincerely satisfy what Jesus is looking for in us. God bless you. Have a great day. I will see you again tomorrow.